So today we're going to have a quick look at something new that arrived, and as you guys can see, it's a spotting scope from Vector Optics. Vector Optics was so kind to send me one of the new Continental spotting scopes for me to try out and play with and make this review video for you guys. So without hesitation, I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet and don't waste your time with an unboxing video, because whatever is inside of that box is now right here next to me. So without hesitation, the Vector Optics Continental spotting scope. You basically get two models in this range of spotting scopes. You get the smaller one, the 12 by 40 by 60, and then you get the big boy, the 20 by 60 by 80, the one that's right here next to me. Prices on these scopes. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me what's the prices, and the prices I'm going to give you are the prices that I'm getting off the Vector Optics website. And the reason for that is I know that the prices will differ from country to country, and the website is just a standard. Links will be available in the video description, so you can go have a look at it and choose which one will fit your budget or your needs. So first, having a look at the smaller one of the two, the 12 by 40 by 60, it will come in at around $1,300 US. The big boy will come in at around $1,600 US. So they are fairly expensive, but I think they are well priced for what you get. So let's have a look at what this sporting scope brings to the table. And let's start with the glass. On this specific model, the 20 by 60 by 80, it has a 80mm objective lens, which will allow a ton of light to pass through and give you that crystal clear and sharp image. And the glass is ED glass. Now, if you ever used any of Vector Optics Continental scopes, you will know that that glass in those scopes are exceptionally well. And this glass inside of these sporting scopes are just as good, if not better. They are very clear and very sharp, and it really doesn't disappoint. Unfortunately, my cameras can only show you that much of the quality of the glass. So if you ever get the opportunity to look through one of these scopes, please don't hesitate, have a look, you won't be disappointed. Moving along from there, the scope is also IP67 water resistant, which means you won't need to stress about rain or moisture. It will be 100% fine. The scope is also made out of a heavy duty magnesium alloy, which means the scope is built like a freaking tank, and I mean it. When you take it out of the box for the first time, you can actually feel the quality. They didn't take shortcuts when they made this sporting scope, and that says a lot about the Vector Optics brand. The whole scope is also rubber armed. It has this rubber protection around it, which will protect it against scratches and bumps. And you know, investing in a sporting scope like this, it's a couple of bucks that you invest in a scope. So any protection that you get is just a bonus at the end of the day. And talking about protection, there's an added cover that comes with it. I just took it off for video purposes, but you can leave it on, because if you mount it on the tripod, it has a little cutout here, so it won't be in the way. You can just open up the front part. It has a little bit of Velcro here to keep it closed, but you can open it up and a zip that you can undo and basically look through it with the cover on it. So it's just extra protection. If you want it, it's included. Still sticking with the protection, we have a flip up lens cover, which I really like. It's something small, but it's something that will really protect the most important part of the sporting scope, the objective lens. The fact that it's attached to the sporting scope and won't get lost, in my opinion, is just a big bonus. Moving along from there and having a look at the back here, we have the magnification ring, which is an anodized aluminium or aluminum, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But it is really smooth, with a really short throw between 20 magnification all the way to 60 times magnification. And again, it's really smooth and not that stiff, so you don't need to twist this thing all the way around to get to the magnification of your desire. Behind it we've got the focus ring, which is also the same texture as the magnification ring, and it's also anodized aluminium or aluminum, and also really smooth. What I like about it is the fact that it's big and it's nice and grippy, so I can make minute adjustments to get everything in focus. At the back we have this little diopter for the guys that's wearing glasses, and this you can use to focus up the reticle to your eye. Yes, you've heard right. This sporting scope basically has a reticle built into it. It has a first focal plane reticle built into it. And that is what makes this sporting scope very unique and different from other sporting scopes. So talking about the sporting scope, it's basically a two-part reticle. The top part of the reticle is basically designed for fast ranging of USPSA targets. Now for the guys that don't know what USPSA targets are, it's basically a torso or body shaped target with a shoulder to shoulder diameter of 45 centimeters or 18 inches, and you can basically use the lines inside of the scope or reticle and line it up and measure the shoulders and get a quick reference of distance towards the target. So for guys that's doing long range shooting, one guy is shooting and one guy is using the sporting scope to see point of impact, it makes it super fast to quickly glance or look towards a target and quickly measure that shoulder to shoulder and give the shooter a quick reference to say it's 500 meters, 800 meters, whatever the case may be, instead of taking out your rangefinder and ranging it. So it makes the whole process a bit faster. And for you as a spotter, you can keep your eye on the glass the whole time and don't stress about, you know, taking your eye off, ranging, going back, looking for the point of impact. You sitting and looking through the sporting scope the whole time. I must say I really like that. I haven't used that part of this reticle that much, but I do know that there will be people out there that will appreciate that part of this reticle. Then the second part of the reticle is a standard Christmas tree styled mill reticle, the same as a reticle in a normal, let's say Continental scope from Vector Optics. You can also use this reticle for calculating distance towards a target, or you can use it as a spotter again, and people like us shooting gongs, I can be the spotter and someone else can shoot, and I can tell them, listen, you have shot 2 mils to the right, or a half mil or quarter mil to the left or right, up or down, and the shooter can rectify his shots either with holding or adjusting his reticle. So that is the core behind this whole sporting scope, and that's the reticle. It is well made, it's built like a tank, like I said before, but the stuff on the inside is the stuff that really matters. I've been using this sporting scope for the past couple of weeks, and we have done some long range shooting with our centerfire rifles, me and my brother, and I tried my best to be the spotter for him and basically record the stuff that I'm seeing through the sporting scope for you guys. But unfortunately the wind was so darn bad that day that the whole tripod was shaking, and the mirage was so bad of the heat that I couldn't get the best picture quality out of this sporting scope. But at least you guys will see what it's all about. Impact. Nice. Dead center. impact, center, nice. Oh, miss, rechts, bo. I've also used it in a little bit of practice for extreme bench race with my PCP air rifles, but it wasn't that necessary to do so, although my wife was there with me and she looked through the scope and saw what I was doing, and I can teach her at the end of the day what to do, what to aim for, how to hold, and all those kinds of things. So it's a very versatile scope at the end of the day. So again, it's very versatile, and it's not just for guys that shoot targets competition wise, PCP or bow. I think you can use it for hunting as well. I decided not to put any hunting footage in where I do pest control with either my PCP or whatever the case may be. I wanted this video to be clean. But I'm pretty sure if you use this scope for hunting purposes, it will work just as well because of the high magnification it gives. So with binoculars, we are set only to a fixed magnification, either 8, 10, 12 or whatever the case may be, and you will only be able to see what you see through there. Here I have power magnifications from 20 all the way to 60. So I will definitely be able to spot animals much easier in thick brush or in shadows. And that is also one big benefit of a sporting scope like this. You might wonder and say, yeah, but I can just as well use my rifle scope to spot animals. Yes, you can, but again, your rifle scope can only go that high up in magnification. So again, the sporting scope is a little bit versatile, or more versatile at the end of the day. It just depends on what you want to do with it. So that's basically the whole Vector Optics Continental sporting scope in a nutshell. I hope that the information that I gave you guys today was enough. If you have more questions regarding this sporting scope, please feel free to leave any questions down in the video comments. I will try to get back to you guys as quick as possible, and try to answer your questions as far as possible as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.